The Spurs fans, they seem very, very unhappy with the current leadership. There's been speculation there could be a takeover, possibly. I don't know whether to believe it or not. One thing I do believe is the Spurs fans are just unsettled. Why is that happening?
It's been a long time now. You know, the things have been pointed at Daniel Levy, and I think recruitment-wise, you look at the players that they've got. The injury problems they've had this season have been well documented, the players that Ange hasn't had at his disposal. So then we get to January, it's nothing new. The window opens the 1st of January. We know we're short in certain areas. Go and get the players. As soon as that window opens, go and give the manager the players that he needs. So you take it back 2 or 3 years, Spurs fans want trophies. This place craves trophies. He goes and gets win-now managers. He goes and gets Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho. Both of them will say that they weren't backed with win-now players. So now Ange Postecoglou, they're stuck with the manager. They want to see him through with his philosophy, with the way that he plays, but he hasn't got the formation. I mean, what summed it up for me, Adam, was the bid that they allegedly put in for Mark Gay at the end of the January window. So if you want a player of that quality who's got 18 months left on his deal, you go to Crystal Palace as soon as the window opens. You don't put a bid in, you ask how much they want for him, and then you either pay it or you don't. And that's where they've fallen down numerous times for me, in backing the manager with the squad depth and the players that he needs.
Well, you've both fallen under the purview of Daniel Levy during your time at the club. Is this how it's always been with him? I know he's got a reputation for being one of the toughest dealers in the world. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I think we have to look for a long period of time where he's taken this football club. Look at the stadium that we stand in, the training ground. They're the best in world football. We know that, so that's a real plus point. I think the development, the consistency for how he's run the club to how he's kept him in a profitable situation has been fantastic like nobody else. But then it comes to the football side, which is where we are. We want to see top performances on the field, we want to see trophies, we want to see title-winning teams or teams challenging right at the top. I think that's where the questions have been asked. Only once or twice have we seen the club go out and have marquee signings at 50, 70, 80 million pounds that made a difference. We look at Liverpool, don't we? The goalkeeper, yes. The centre-back, Virgil van Dijk.
But they sold to get those players.
They sold them, but they still made the difference. Look how many players Spurs have sold over the years. So they can say, we can put that on the same foot, can't we? We can say they've sold. But it's always about development, improvement of players, and then have a saleable asset. I think what the supporters are now saying is, we love all this, it's fantastic, but we need to see a trophy. And maybe it's time for somebody else to make that change, and that's what they're asking for.
So that's what they want. They want the investment on the pitch. There's absolutely no doubt. We talk week in and week out, and the fans are sick of hearing about how good their stadium is, how good their training ground is, how good the racetrack under the thing is, under the stadium, how good the concerts are. I mean, it was a standing joke over here that the biggest signing that Tottenham made in January was Beyonce. You know, for the concerts, and that's where the club is. In a business sense, it's immaculate.
But are we here though, Robbo? Are we though here because of this, because of the situation? Are Spurs now in a better situation for 5 or 10 years' time for sustainability? Or do we not look that far ahead in football? You know, so is he saying, well, we're now building the foundations, that's all here, now we can start to go?
But then it's how long do you wait for the success on the pitch? That's what the fans will be saying. The fans for Tottenham have been starved of success for a long time. I mean, it was Dinosaur like me in 2008, the last one that lifted that trophy. And that just shows you how long ago it was that this club's been starved of success. The business model is phenomenal, as you say, on a financially sound footing for years and years. But when do you actually go to that next level and put the investment on the pitch?